So today we're going to fill in the notes in our interactive notebook. Hopefully everybody made theirs yesterday during class. If you haven't already, then you're going to need to do that some point on your own. You can just watch the recording from yesterday, which is actually posted to Google Classroom now. Make sure you get that filled in at some point. So we're going to skip this because we're not actually going to do this activity. Although if we are in person again next week, we'll probably be doing something similar. But what we are going to do is start with this one here. Unfortunately, this is not animated. I didn't realize that again. Why are they always not animated? So this one, the problem says find the percent of increase from 10 to 18. What I'll do is I'll look at the next ones ahead of time and then we'll talk about them in a shared screen instead of just going to the next page so you guys can see the answers, and then we'll go through it one at a time. So give me just a second. I got to fix attendance because some people came in late. Okay, cool. Okay, so to calculate percent increase, you already have a formula on your interactive notebook. It should be right here that looks like this. Percent of change equals amount of change divided by the original amount times 100. So in this case, we need to find the amount of the increase first. Since we went from 10 to 18, we're going to subtract 18 from 10. That gives us our difference, which is 8. So our amount of increase is 8. We divide that by the original amount, which is 10. That gives us 0.8. And then we turn that into a percentage, which is 80%. So the percent of increase from 10 to 18 is 80%. Any questions about that? Guess not. I'll give you some time to make sure you can get it written down in your notebooks. And then we'll look at the next one. I need to find it. Okay, do we need more time or are we ready to move on? I don't know how fast people are. I got no response. Does that mean we're ready?
Yes.
Okay. So this next one, instead of actually showing you the next slide because it's not animated, so it won't show the thing, I'm just going to do a whiteboard instead. So the problem should be find the percent decrease from 25 to 21. Now, this time we're going to do basically the same thing. So what was our first step?
25 take away 21.
Yep, 25 take away 21. Exactly. So first we want to find the difference, and we do that by subtracting. So 25 minus 21, which is 4. So that's our amount of change, our amount of decrease. Then what do we do with that amount of decrease?
Times it by 100.
Nope.
Or make it into fraction.
A fraction with what on the bottom?
100.
Nope.
10.
What was your second step in the last one?
25.
Yeah, so that's right, Jenica. It's going to be the 25 is going to be our denominator. So we're going to take our amount of decrease divided by our original amount, which is 25. This is going to give us 0.16. And then we just convert that into our percentage by multiplying by 100. So this is 16%. So here's what it looks like on the actual slide. Switching between sharing screens is kind of annoying. So we calculate the amount of decrease. Again, 25 minus 21 gives us 4. Then we do our amount of decrease divided by our original amount, or 4 over 25, which gives us 0.16. We convert that to 16%. So the percent decrease from 25 to 21 is 16%. Now, this is what most of your homework today is going to be. It's just going to be doing percent change differences. We're going to go over the next 2 problems in your notes as well today. And then tomorrow we're going to do a bit of a project thing instead. So tomorrow's going to be a little different than normal for math class, but hopefully it'll be kind of fun. Any questions about
Where?
percent change problems?
Do I have to come?
I'm going to let you decide that for yourself, Jasmine. What do you think?
I don't. I'll email for an attendance.
Okay. All right. Does anybody need more time on this one?
No.
Okie doke. Let's go on to the next one. Oh, I forgot that it's not animated. So this says that last year, 2,300 people attended a 4th of July parade at the beach. This year, the number of people increased by 8%. Find the number of people who attended the parade this year. So what we did is we want to start by writing this as a proportion. So remember last unit, like 2 weeks ago, we were writing percentages as our percent over 100 equals our part over our whole. So in this case, we have percent over 100, that's 8 over 100, equals our part, which we don't know yet because we're looking for the percent increase, and then divided by our whole, which we know was originally 2,300. Then we can use cross multiplication to solve this. We get 100x equals 18,400 divided by 100, and we get x equals 184. That means that there were 184 more people this year. So what we're going to do is add our increase to last year's number for the total. So last year we had 2,300. It went up by 184. We add those together and we get 2,484 people at the parade this year. Now, as a quick question, does anybody see a different way you could potentially do this a little bit quicker?
No. Calculator?
Well, you can use a calculator for some of the steps, but not for all of it. So here's a question for you. If you've got an increase of 8%, what would the new percentage be? So you start with 100% of people at this thing, right? There were 100% of the people, whatever the number was. And we increase that by 8%. What would the new percent be?
108.
Yep, 108%. Exactly. So we go up to 108%. What is 108% as a decimal?
1.08.
Yep, 1.08. If you do 1.08 times 2,300, can anybody plug that into a calculator and tell me what they get? Is anybody doing it? Do I need to elect somebody to do it? Thank you, Jasmine. So yeah, you get 2,484. As it turns out, you can just take whatever the new percentage would be and multiply it by the original number and do this in a little bit of a shorter way. So this is another one of those shortcuts that I've been kind of showing you throughout these units. If this makes sense to you, you're welcome to use it. If not, then you can do it the proportion way, whichever one works best for you. All right, let's move on to the last one. What's your question, Tristan?
It's not regarding this, but I had a miscellaneous thought. And this is kind of like a dumb kind of thought, but so if you are if you're timesing a negative, would that be the same as dividing a regular number?
No,
How would that work?
it's the same as multiplying, but you add a negative symbol to the answer.
Okay.
We talked,
Okay.
that was part of what we talked about last week, but anyway.
Sounds good.
Okay, this one says that a pawn shop owner buys a ring for $75 and sells it at an 80% markup. Find how much the ring sold for. So in order to do this, we have to remember what a markup is. Markups are the amount that we add to the price of an item. So we have these in our definitions if we go way back. So a markup is the increase in the price of an item. The selling price equals the cost plus the markup. So here, we're going to figure out what the markup is, and then we're going to add that to the original price. So to figure out what the markup is, we're going to write our proportion again. So we do 80%, because remember it's percent over 100 equals part over the whole. So in this case, we have 80 over 100 equals x over 75. We use our cross multiplication, and we eventually get that x equals 60. So this is the markup right here. And that's just solving the proportion again, like we've been doing for the past couple of weeks now. Then we need to add our markup to the original price. The original price was $75. So we have 60 plus 75 equals $135. Now, while you guys are working on writing that down, doing the shortcut version, if we sell it at an 80% markup, what percent of the original price is it going to be? So we're basically increasing the price by 80%. It starts at 100%. What's the new one going to be?
180.
Yep, 180. So that'll go to 180%. What is 180% as a decimal?
1.08.
Not quite. It's 1.8.
1.8.
Yep, there you go. And 1.8 times 75. Again, if we plug that into a calculator, I'll just spoil this one for you. You're going to get 135, which is the same answer. Okay, let me make sure that this is the end. Oh, there is one more problem. Oh, there's two more. Whoa, there's three more problems. Goodness, I didn't realize there were this many. Okay.
Well, teacher, you should know.
I had made all or looked through all the things, and I forgot that there's this many.
While you were consistently talking, I just did my hair.
Good to know. Does anybody need more time on this slide?
No.
Oh,
Okay. So let's look at this one. Cecily found an outfit that is 20% off the original price of $68. Find the discounted price of the item. So once again, we write our proportion. We solve that out. We get our discount, which is 13.6 or $13.60. And then we subtract it from the original price. Now, this one, you guys, hopefully you're getting the steps at this point. Why did we subtract this time instead of add?
Because it's decreasing
Because what's decreasing?
the money.
Yeah, right. So since it's a discount, we're going down in price. So we're going to subtract our amount of change. Now, if we were going to do this shortcut version, again, we start at the 100% price. If we take 20% off, what is the new percentage going to be?
I honestly don't know.
So if we start at 100% and we take 20% off, what are we left with?
80.
Yep, 80%. What is 80% as a decimal?
0.8 or yeah.
And Jasmine, can you plug a 0.8 times 68 into a calculator?
Yes.
Why do you say plug it in? Like plug in the equation?
Because I am used to being an old person who uses calculators where you actually like sit there and plug in numbers. Like you
54.4.
Yep, 54.4. So you get the same answer. I am old, crazy.
Isn't
Also,
everybody?
plugging in numbers is a phrase you're going to use a lot next term or next year. So I would get used to that one.
We're gonna
Well,
have
I'm not going to use it.
Okay,
next year. We still have you.
I know. and the 8th graders have to plug in numbers all the time. Not into a calculator, into formulas.
Can't we just say type in numbers? Like that's just
No, because they're plugging it into a formula. It's different. Anyway, does anybody need more time on this slide?
No.
Okay. So this one
Why
says
are you
Leah
so good
bought.
at changing the subject? Why are you so good at changing the subject all the time?
I don't know. I get
Do
off
a
track.
dance. Do your dancey dance.
Leah bought a new stereo in Seattle, Washington for $250. Find the actual amount she paid at the checkout if she was charged the state sales tax of 6.5%. So sales tax is always an increase in price, which means we're going to be adding to our original amount. So we're going to do the exact same thing as normal. We're going to write our proportion percentage, which is 6.5 over 100, equals the markup over the original price. We can use cross products to solve, so 100x equals 1,625. When we divide by 100, we get x equals 16.25. We add that to the original price to get 266.25. If you're deciding that you're going to want to use the shortcuts, then you can go ahead and try to figure this one out on your own, because at this point, if you don't understand how to use it, you probably shouldn't try to use it at this point, because it's something you can learn later.
She has to pay $266.25.
Yep, $266.25. It's an expensive stereo, I think. I don't know. I don't buy
Hopefully
stereos.
it's a good one. Yeah, hopefully it's a good one. That's actually nothing, by the way.
Yes, Addie, we have one more slide. Does anybody need more time on this one?
No.
Wait, what?
No, I don't.
That doesn't make any sense, Jenica. I don't. Is that what the one I assigned? Hold on, I might have done the wrong one.
It was originally $11.50.
It's weird. So this one says Roy paid $8.05 for an antique model truck. It was on sale for 30% off. So we need to find the original price of the model truck. Now, this is the one time that we're doing a different thing. Well, yes, but that's because you can see the answer. This is the one time we're setting it up differently. So this time we know the discounted price. We don't know the original, which means when we set up our proportion, we have to do 70 over 100 equals 8.05 over x instead of x over 8.05. That's because this is the discounted price. Discounted. Wow, I can't write. It's the discounted price, which means that our original price we don't know yet. But this time, one of the things that's really nice about this is we don't have to do any adding at the end. We just need to solve this using our cross multiplication. So we solve this out, 70x equals 805, so x equals $11.50. And that is all the steps for this one. One of you just told me that the IXL homework is the wrong thing, so now I need to go check that. So give me just a second. Also, Brody is here. Okay. You said M5, right?
It says
That should be
K9
right.
on mine.
Does it say K9?
It says complete either the math space task percentage change or IXL K9.
Oh, that is what it says. It shouldn't be that. It should be.
Oh boy.
It should have been M5. I don't know why I give you K9.
Yeah,
It's
how
supposed
do
to
you
be
mess
L9?
up
Oh, it's supposed to
F5?
be L9. Sorry, it's supposed to be L9. Let me change that. That was my bad. Yeah, L and K are right next to each other. I typed it in wrong. Let me fix that. I'm sorry.
You should
Instructions.
really do something else besides being a math teacher.
It's rough.
Gracie.
Or just a teacher in general.
Ouch.
Gracie. Maybe
Well,
you should talk with your wife.
Making a typo is a
Ouch and
cardinal sin.
ouch.
All right. So
Ouch and out.